Alright, what's up, guys? So, Hot T, she has uploaded a video titled Jeffree Star addresses rumors of him faking his car accident. So, yeah, for those that don't know, I guess Jeffree Star, he got caught up in a pretty crazy accident. It was like he was in a Rolls Royce and he rolled over a bunch of times. I guess his neck had overall, like, he got injured. Like, his neck had, like, I don't know if it was broken, but it was just like some injuries, I guess. But anyways, yeah, I don't know, like, I guess I never sat down and thought, because once I seen that this video had got uploaded, then the first thing that came to mind was what was that dude's name? His name was like Lance, but he was like a popular viner back in the day. And I remember they said, I remember it was exposed that he faked a car accident. So I'm like, sometimes people be doing that. You never really know up until like some evidence comes out. But rumors are rumors, so it's like you don't really know until you see evidence. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video. Guys, if you haven't, make sure you go subscribe to my good friend Hot T, and make sure you subscribe to her second channel and her personal channel, Ray Rahimi, and her business channel, Build Your Pocket. So do that, show love, support, do what you can, and yeah, and that being said, let's get into this video.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're talking about all the tea that's been happening this past week, some good and some bad. We have more tea on James Charles and a lot more to cover, so buckle up. But before we dive in, make sure you are subscribed to this channel and that you've turned on your post notifications.
Do that.
Alright, let's get into this. So the first piece of tea actually has a backstory. Also, it's not as heavy as some of the other recent topics we've covered. Cough cough. Jameson David. If you guys remember, Trisha Paytas has had beef with Jaclyn Hill since the end of 2019 when Trisha briefly dated Jaclyn's ex-husband John Hill. Trisha said some really nasty things towards Jaclyn, some of which were that she cheated on her ex-husband with his best friend and that was her current partner, and a bunch of other things about Jaclyn's personality. Trisha even talked about her in one of her podcast episodes last summer. In that podcast, Trisha called Jaclyn a and said that they were mad at her because Jaclyn told her ex-husband that Jeffree was talking bad about Trisha behind her back. At that time, Trisha was publicly still friends with Jeffree and supported him. Trisha put the blame on Jaclyn, called her bitter, and went off on her in that episode. Around that time, Jaclyn posted a video answering assumptions about her, and people obviously thought this was her response to Trisha. In that video, Jaclyn talked about that her ex-husband is a sensitive subject for her, but she stated that she did not cheat on him. She also added that when she announced publicly her breakup with her ex-husband, months had already passed because it seemed like she moved on too fast. And if you get off a long-term relationship and start dating/seeing someone right away, that's usually a sign of cheating. Jaclyn explained that her and her ex had separated a long time ago, but they just weren't ready to talk about it publicly. Obviously, when somebody is saying those things about you, especially when you're a public figure, you're not going to be happy with that person, and that sums up Jaclyn and Trisha's beef. But a few days ago, Trisha posted a few TikToks and a video recreating a recipe from Jaclyn Hill's boyfriend's channel, and it was a bit awkward to watch, to be honest. Here's a clip.
Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to Cooking with Trisha. Today we are cooking chicken lo mein, and this is an episode that I actually found from More Seasoning, Jaclyn Hill's boyfriend. Yikes. Just kidding, I love them. I don't know what I was thinking. But I actually got this recipe from a channel called More Seasoning. Shout out More Seasoning. It is Jaclyn Hill's.
It's like videos sometimes from Trisha Paytas that just don't be making sense to me. Like, I don't know. I guess if I was in her shoes, like, I probably would have just had it where it's just one big video, like squashing the beef, but then also like, I don't know. I guess like how I would have did this video, I've been like, hey, like this is me squashing the beef or apologizing, and then but also doing like this cooking part, and then cook, apologize, talk on the whole situation, and then just be like, hey yo, my apology, and then just leave it at that. But you know Trisha, she gotta do like 100 different videos to explain herself. I don't know, but anyways.
Boyfriend, long-term boyfriend, I apologize. I definitely made fun of his channel before, but honestly that just came out of a place of hate and a lot of drugs, and I'm sorry. I'm no longer on drugs. I think they're in a really cute relationship, but actually I've always Stan Jacqueline?
Jacqueline reposted the TikTok on her story as well and tweeted, "This is too cute." People were so confused, saying, "I'm so confused, do you like each other now?" Jacqueline responds saying, "I have never had a problem with Trisha," and she apologized in her intro for anything bad she's ever said about me. So moving on. Trisha said,
yeah, so it's like, my thing is like, you know, it's never a thing where I guess like for some content creators, like if they have like beef and they like hate each other and they going back and forth and all that, there probably is some like hostility and stuff. But I feel like with most cases, it's like, you know, it's usually a situation where it's like one was attacked literally for no reason, and they're like, I don't know what I did to them and things. Like I'm not gonna hate them. I just, you know, cause I can say for my fair share of beefs, like I've never hated any of the people that I've beef with. I just don't. I have like trust issues with them and stuff. So it's like there ever was a time when they were like, "Oh, I apologize, let's collab." I'm like, I don't know. Like you know, it's gonna definitely take some time, but yeah, it's just, you know, it's one of those things where I'm like, it's. I guess like if you guys is like cool or like, you know, kind of talked about this like behind the scenes, then everything should be chilled. But who knows? Let's see what the future holds for them too.
This channel is the reason I'm trying to cook. I'd love to enter my grilled cheese in the next competition with you guys. Whenever people hate on you and they don't know, it's 100,000% from a place of jealousy. I feel really awful for coming for Jacqueline Hill because I was trying to look cool for someone else. It's embarrassing. I apologize publicly. I'll do it forever, like the dumbest.
It's good she came out
Trisha
and apologized.
also went on to say this in one of her videos addressing the situation.
Honestly, I owe her like a real big apology because I was literally for no reason, and I am really like ashamed and embarrassed of that because I feel like I've grown a lot from that. I don't know, I'm just not really like a hater, especially like towards other girls. Like I don't like it because the truth is I am insecure and I'm jealous of a lot of girls, or I have been jealous of a lot of girls in my past. Like her and John had this 10-year relationship and like in marriage rather, and I was like kind of jealous of that because I never thought I'd have that or get that or something. So I was like, you know, jealous.
It's nice to see some good come out of the situation, some good tea to sip on.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I constantly see people like around me like getting married, having kids and all that stuff, and that's something that you know, that's something that I aim for in life. But I'm not going to like look at them and be like, oh, like I gotta like spread like hate and negativity towards you and things like for whatever reason. Like I don't know, like she did say that there was her reasons on why she did it, but even then I'm like, I don't know, I guess like I can't really place myself in them shoes because I've never been in like shoes before. But I could just say for my own like personal shoes, I just, you know, overall I can't hate on a person for, you know, something that I want. Like if anything's, I'm gonna have like a friendly jealousy. Like I ain't gonna be like dead serious about it. I'm just gonna be joking about it. But anyways,
really serious situations.
Next thing is about Gabby Hanna.
Moving on, we have another
Wait a second, hold on.
really serious situations.
Major drama last night involving Rachel Oates, Angelica Oles, and others. Let me know if you want a video on that as well. Okay. Well, dang.
Moving on, we have another smaller, not so serious tea. Gabby was in a bit of drama with BB Rexa recently. A Gabby fan posted this on Twitter. It's a comparison between the monster video by Gabby and BB's most recent video, Sabotage. BB actually saw this and responded saying, "Gonna be completely honest, I never heard of her, but now I'll listen to her music. Great minds think alike. My actual inspo was Love the Way You Lie." Gabby responds saying, "Oh my god, hey Angel, I didn't think much of it. Usually it's a director thing over an artist thing anyway. You're one of my biggest songwriting inspos. Love what you do." Then Gabby expressed how much she likes BB and doesn't think that she copied her necessarily. She says,
"That's crazy.
At BB Rexa, but actually I'm not just sucking your right now. I actually love your writing. I don't put blame on BB Rexa at all. I'm greatly inspired by her, but as an indie artist, I do think her director should be held accountable to this. It's not just a burning house, it's my video treatment. This happens way too much with directors." But then she continued saying that perhaps BB's director may have taken inspo from Gabby's video. I really wasn't going to say anything, but then I realized that's what people are hoping small artists do. Stay silent.
It's like, I kind of see it as like, you know, like this is something that's been going on for like freaking years, like decades. Because like even when I be like watching like TV shows and movies and all that, like you'll see like where certain TV shows would have like some sort of inspiration from something, you know, and they don't like pay no respects to it. Like me, I'm like, I don't know. I would have like an Easter egg or something like that's overall like paying respects to, regardless of whatever it is. Like, so for an example, if I were to do a music video and it was like in the same like fashion of Gabby Hanna or Gabby Hanna's music video, I'll have it where it's like, I don't know, there's like a picture in the background of like Gabby Hanna, or there's like a plane that flies by with one of those like things in the back of it in the background that says like shout out to Gabby Hanna, something to overall let people know like, hey, like, so overall the theme of this video was for, so I'm like, just pay attention to the Easter egg and it overall will give you guys an idea of where the video came from and stuff. But that's how I would do things personally. See, that's why I'm like, you know, you gotta like check and see like what the director is doing, like where this stuff came from, because I'm like, did this come from somewhere? Oh yes, all right, then let me know where. So I'm like, hey, the director, this is the inspiration. I ain't copying nobody, just to eliminate, you know, all like, you know, beefing and drama and all that crap. But
shut up because they don't want to upset influential industry people. Again, I doubt BB Rexa had anything to do with it, but yeah. I find it hard to believe.
It's like an artist. Artist is an artist. Like so much like mine. Yeah, it's like and overall, like what I was saying, like, yeah, artists. I had like what I was gonna say in my head, but then I seen this, it distracted me, forgot what I said. So I'm like, most cases, I had just been like, you know what? I'm gonna just end this video and just move on. I'm like, I'm already 5 minutes deep in this video. Forget it. I'm like, I had something in my head that I was gonna say. I'm like, man, I hate that. But
self-destruction anyways, looks so much like mine. It's hard to tell which screenshots are from mine and which are from her. The people pretending no one knows Monster are the same people who made it a viral meme. And lastly, BB kinda threw some shade at Gabby by retweeting this. It's a scene from the movie The Conjuring from 2013, which is similar to the screenshots from both Gabby and BB's videos with the lit matches.
I swear, man.
Next, we have quite a touchy subject involving a car accident and Jeffree Star, so this is a disclaimer just in case. Jeffree recently has been in a car accident with one of his employees, and this is not necessarily drama, although people have quite the opinions on this one. But just so you know, this is just a report on what's happening with Jeffree, since he's a frequent topic on this channel. Also, everything we're covering has been publicly shared by Jeffree himself. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, what happened? Jeffree Star posted this on his Instagram story saying, "This morning was one of the scariest moments of our entire lives. I'm so grateful to be here still. I'm in excruciating pain because part of my back is broken and I have vertebrae fractures on my spine. My doctor said it will take a few months, but I should make a full recovery. My best friend was in the passenger seat. He has internal injuries, and because he has survived colon cancer 3 times, he's having complications with his organs, and they're monitoring him 24/7.
Oh, wow.
We'll know more soon. Thank you to every single person checking on us." Apparently, Jeffree and his employee were in a car accident due to weather conditions and black ice, and a lot of people were sympathizing with him. Others were actually wishing him death and were poking fun at the situation. Whatever you think of someone,
I can care less, like, you know, on whatever this you know, this man did like in his past. I don't care. It's stuff like that where I'm like, I can't wish death on a person. You know, it's one of those things where it's, because like that's like, it's called karma still exists for people out there. It's like, you know, y'all like wishing that on him and things. Like, I could care less what he said or did. Like, people need to stop doing things like that. But dang, that's messed up though. About the both of them and things. But yeah, it's like his friend. I'm like, dang, I just don't feel like you would get that deep in details of like fake a car accident. It's like, at least with that one guy, he just said he got into a car accident and that was it. Like, he didn't say his injuries or any of that stuff, and then it was exposed because somebody, I think they said they were driving by and it was like, yeah, they got out the car and like rode that car over in the grass and faked it and stuff. But so that was exposed as being fake. But I was like, with this, it was like, you know, you didn't really like see no exposing, unless there's like an exposing video like somewhere around where these people are like, oh, here's a picture of Jeffree Star and them and his friend like standing around the car taking pictures and all that crap. So if it's that, then I'm like, all right, then he got exposed. But if not, then it's like, fam, I mean, you don't fake stuff like that.
Their character, please don't wish that upon people. It's not something to be joking and mocking around. Yeah. Oh, and some people are also speculating if it was all faked for publicity or to promote his launch that came right after it was announced that Jeffree was in an accident. There was also a video that they worked on for a while, and it was supposed to be published around the time of the accident. Jeffree stated that it would still be published. It was about his employee and his fight with colon cancer. Both of them have been out of the hospital now and said the recovery process will be long, but they are fine. Jeffree Jeffree tweeted saying, "We woke up crying happy tears today. So thankful for everyone's outpouring love. To everyone who wished death upon Daniel and I, we pray you find happiness within yourself.
Yeah.
Today he's having more tests done and might need surgery. I'm now discharged." And actually, a GoFundMe was set to help Daniel with his recovery. Some people were a bit pissed since Jeffree is known to be one of the wealthiest beauty influencers. It's kind of weird to think that one of your best friends is struggling to pay his medical bills and Jeffree being the one who was driving, as well as having the means to cover the bills. It's just strange why a GoFundMe was made when Jeffree could easily pay off Daniel's medical bills. And
I know, it's like, release like
more
3-4 videos.
conspiracy
You
theories
good.
have been made. A lot of people are not believing that this was real, and here are a few TikToks of people sharing their thoughts on all of this.
A lot of y'all was saying y'all were worried about Jeffree's car. And here you go, he posted it on Twitter. He said, "This was hard, and I had to go see my car today. Thank God a Rose voice is built with highly reinforced steel because it saved our lives. Time to heal and let my body repair." Here's the car, y'all. And another picture.
Someone bring us some skincare because, girl, we were feeling dry.
I needed something. My skin's not feeling so hot in here.
Y'all, not to be controversial, but I'm kind of thinking his skin's not the only thing that's not feeling very hot right now.
But real quickly, I'm sitting...
What? I'm like, my thing is like with those two guys, I'm like, what did you expose? See, it's that type of stuff where I would be like, hey, yo, what did I just watch? Like, my thing is like, okay, I just don't feel like a person will go that deep in detail, go through like where like a whole like my question is like, where do you even get like a back brace like that? I then watch somebody's gonna send me links on Amazon. I'm like, oh, this is like back braces for like this for like $199 like some crap, and I'm like, fam, me personally, I just don't think that somebody would go like that deep in detail to like fake a car accident and stuff. Like, if you like, you know, if you got into this, like also with like saying that his like friend is like having like issues and stuff like with his with what he had like going on prior, I'm like, I just don't think that you would go that detailed in it and things. And so I'm like, unless you guys got like picture video proof that they faked the car accident, them videos don't matter at all. So I'm like, yeah, it's stuff like that. I'm like, y'all silly. Y'all really hate that man.
People and media. Jeffree, can you comment? People are saying that maybe you faked your car accident for your new launch, and I'm like, I don't know what would make someone even write such a dumb, horrible story.
Haters, man. Haters, they gonna say whatever. I can come out and say that I got into a crazy car accident. Now, knowing my haters, they're like, oh, it's probably fake. He probably ain't really got no car accident and stuff. I'm like, fam, I'm in the hospital. Like, what you... And I feel like, because that's one thing that I've always, like, told myself, that there was ever a time where I was in the hospital, I definitely would, you know, and let's hope and pray to God that there's never, like, a bad or crazy reason why I'm in the hospital. But overall, I'm like, I always told myself, I'm like, I would like still like work on videos and things. So I feel like people would be like, oh, they probably ain't nothing wrong with him. He's just only doing this for publicity and views and crap. I'm like, nah, fam, like I'm actually hurting right now. It's like, it's just crazy to think like, you know, a person could be out there hurting and things from an accident. And you got people out there that's like, oh, nope. And I'm like, you ain't getting to no accident. It's like, don't please argue with people over stuff like that.
One of the worst experiences of my life. So let's just take a little pause and think about, I just don't get it.
I feel like a gentle reminder here, mental health is very important, and we're losing each other when we have thoughts like this, and it's actually really dark, and we should all just be grateful to be alive.
Yeah,
that part.
Facts.
Normally, I don't address stuff like this, but Daniel, who is obviously in the accident with me, is getting harassed by people. Like, did Jeffree fake an accident to sell some weed merch, bathrobes, and some weed jars? Are you guys out of your mind? So whoever is thinking of even writing a story like that, or you already have, you're awful.
Check your morals.
Sometimes, you guys, it just gets frustrating when people are so vicious, and I think my real friends and family are having a hard time even seeing stuff like that. So don't write my mom on Facebook. Don't write my cousins. Don't hit my friends and try to act
people
like
being
this
weird.
Like,
And lastly, let's talk about James Charles yet again. If you have been following the drama, you know how serious the situation has gotten with him. One of the biggest problems people have with James right now is that he is still monetized on YouTube. His biggest partners haven't stopped supporting him, unlike with other influencers when they've been in similar scandals. We last heard from Morphe that they were working on the issue, but of course it was not a public statement. It wasn't on their main platform. And now we have an update. James has made an official statement on his partnership with Morphe. He posted this on Twitter saying, "Accountability is something that I've spoken about a number of times in the past. In my most recent video, I spoke about and took accountability for my part in conversations I had with a few individuals who told that they were over the age of 18. As I said in that video, I can't show change overnight, but will over time. Since posting that video, many other people have come forward with a series of misleading stories and false allegations which have been reported on by many people, creators, and news outlets. My legal team has begun taking action against those that have spread misinformation and or created completely fake stories, as this has gone too far. These stories have caused many of my long-term partners to receive considerable negative feedback, one of them being Morphe. I've loved every moment working together and I'm beyond grateful for what we've created together. That being said, I reached out to them and we mutually agreed to wind down our James Charles x Morphe collaboration, which is my only project with them. I'm continuing to take time away to learn, grow, and listen, and look forward to coming back one day in the future as a better version of myself. James." James's statement seems like it was written by his PR team, and also
Probably.
the choice of words used to describe the situation make it seem less serious and different from what it actually is. He also mentioned he can't change overnight, but over time he will learn and educate himself. But it's almost 2 years since Spy Sister happened, and it's almost 2 years since all of the predatory accusations came out. Some of them were over last year, some have popped up recently, and another thing is that James is making it sound like his legal team is going to pursue people who have come out with their stories about James, some with actual proof, because he was dropped by some of his sponsors. James, you got dropped by Morphe because people were begging them to take action after you posted the video admitting these allegations.
Yeah.
Kat, the reporter who wrote articles for Insider on David and Shane and Jeffree and James, tweeted this saying, "YouTube just confirmed to me that James Charles is demonetized following his texting scandal. They used the creator responsibility policy, which was previously used against David Dobrik, Dom Zyglatis, and Shane Dawson." YouTube says this is a temporary removal from the partner program, which allows creators to make money from ads. They didn't specify how long. People started noticing the ads disappear from James's channel over the weekend.
Oh, wow.
Morphe also posted this saying, "In light of the recent allegations against James Charles, Morphe and James have agreed to end our business relationship and wind down sales of the Morphe x James Charles product offering. It is and has always been Morphe's goal to create a positive, safe, and empowering space where all beauty lovers can freely share their artistry and passion for cosmetics, and Morphe is committed to furthering that goal." And yeah, that's basically the end of this video. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. Comment down below, subscribe to this channel, and turn on your post notifications. I post new videos every single week. Alright, bye.
So that's the one thing I love about this Ray's channel, Hot Tea, is that these things, like, I feel like that there's just, I'm preparing myself for a day where I'm gonna go out in public, right? I'm gonna go out in public. Somebody's gonna, like, I'm gonna somehow start talking to somebody about YouTube, and then they're gonna ask me about stuff like this. I'm like, that's why I'm friends with that's why I'm friends with Ray Rahimi. That's why I watch her videos, because I know these things. So I'm like, it's just that part of YouTube where I'm like, most people probably won't find it interesting, but I'm like, hey, you know what? I watched one video and got hooked. So overall, I'm like, yeah, always gonna love Ray's videos. But yeah, they were that was crazy, all that stuff that was going down. But that's just wild though, that the Jeffree Star situation. People are like, he faked the car accident. I'm like, fam, prove it. If not, then shut up and let the man be. But anyways, but no, this was a pretty good video. Make sure, if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Hot Tea for more videos like this. Also subscribe to her personal channel, Ray Rahimi, and her business channel, Build Your Pocket. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.